Here's today's In Touch devotion.
Today's scripture reading begins in verse 1 of 2 Corinthians chapter 8. Now, brothers and sisters, we make known to you the grace of God, which has been given in the churches of Macedonia, that in a great ordeal of affliction their abundance of joy and their deep poverty overflowed in the wealth of their liberality. For I testify that according to their ability, and beyond their ability, they gave voluntarily, begging us with much urging for the favor of participation in the support of the saints, and this not as we had expected, but they first gave themselves to the Lord, and to us by the will of God. So we urged Titus, that as he had previously made a beginning, so he would also complete in you this gracious work as well. But just as you excel in everything, in faith, speaking, knowledge, and in all earnestness, and in the love we inspired in you, see that you also excel in this gracious work.
In verse 7 of today's scripture passage, Paul encourages us to excel in the grace of giving. Let's look at some people in the Bible who were examples of this kind of generosity. In Mark chapter 12, Jesus praised the sacrificial giving of the poor widow. Contrasting her with those who gave out of their surplus, he said, "She, out of her poverty, put in all she owned." When those of us who are believers trust the Lord with our finances, as this woman did, then no matter how little or how much we have, we can excel at the grace of giving. A sacrificial mindset can also be found in the early church. As we read in Acts chapter 2, those new believers eagerly sold their possessions and property to meet the needs around them. Because of their generosity, God blessed them with glad hearts, favor from people, and increasing numbers. The Macedonian churches from today's scripture passage also understood the importance of giving. Even though these believers were very poor, Paul says their overflowing joy and their extreme poverty welled up in rich generosity. He even says they considered it a privilege to share in this way. God expects those of us who are believers to give and to do so cheerfully. In His grace, He's provided biblical role models to help us learn how. What's one way you can become a more giving person?